Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so following on from video part 2.3 on this e-bike battery build. So now that battery bank 1 is completed, well, this cell placement within the capsule, let's jump straight back into the pack now again. So starting with preloading the cells into the custom stainless steel capsule for the second time. So basically I'm just going to do what you see here again. So battery bank 1, battery bank 2. So the last video run on, I think it might have been close to 4 hours because there's just so much detail that I included throughout the live streams. I'm going to try and keep this one a little bit shorter if I can. So let's jump straight back into this. Okay, so I am now ready to start bank number 2. It be on the right hand side or the left hand side. So I'm just going to go through the steps again because some of the live streams, the previous live streams from last week, where some of them the sound didn't work for some reason. Don't know what happened. So as I say, moving on to bank 2. Bank 1 is sitting here to the left of me. Just going to go straight into this now. So like last time, I have 6 cells glued together on the flat, on the bench there. So I just done this to make things easier. So placing these under the capsule, I'm going to give them a wee rub of IPA first. So pushing them in tight now. And I'm just going to work off the same plans that I used previously. So now that those 6 cells are in the capsule, I'm going to start building the capsule as if you can imagine this, bringing the cells up level rather than coming up. We have to come up level, otherwise it's not going to work. So the first cell that I require is purple. Purple corresponds, or black. Purple or pink. I require pink. Black corresponds to pink. So I had this written down there. So I've set this, configured this. So black. The black wrap is pink, yellow is yellow, and green is orange because I didn't have what color, pink wrap or orange wrap. Okay. So I'm ready to rock, I think. So the first cell I'm going to place into the capsule is a black, corresponding to pink. I'm going to give it a rub of IPA. Otherwise the glue won't stick properly. So I can only do one cell at a time really. So negative pole facing out. Just going to give the cell a wee turn. Sort of to let the glue run smooth. So next cell. Hopefully I'll be quicker at this pack. So IPA again on the cell to remove any grease left by my hands. So I'm stopping the glue maybe about 5mm away from the ends. So a black cell, and I can glue both sides this time. So remember, it's kind of awkward at the corner here and it gets easier as we come up. So negative pole facing out to match the plans. Snapping it off. And we're going to give it a wee turn first. Now I'm going to do this side, glue this side. Going to give the sail a wee turn back and forward, maybe about a mile or so, just to work the glue in between the adjoining sails. So now on to the next sail, which will be another pink. Probably should start on here first. So let me just look at the plans, okay. So I'm just going to turn the sail. And if need be, I'm going to rub my finger along it. Making sure to clean the ends again. So I'm now ready for the next sail. Again, I'm just going to rub these ones with IPA first. So I'm trying to keep the glue as neat as possible here. So remember, as I fill this, is that epoxy on that? Trying to fill it nice and level here. So as we come out of this hole, out of this corner, it'll get easier. I'm going to turn the sail to work the glue in between the joining sail and the one I'm gluing. So as I go here, I need to make sure that I push all the sails in, including the block at the bottom. The block being the 6 joined together. Keep them tight to this face here. Okay, so 2 more sails now. So I need to be careful now because I'm coming to an end of this grip. So I need to look at the plans here. So sail number 9. Going to get on the awkward bit here done first. Turn the sail again. Just a wee bit more in there maybe. Looking for my dirty rag. Got it. So this is bank number 2. I can't wait till it's finished. So keeping the glue 5mm on from the faces of the sail. Just going to turn this again. And I'm going to get another clean rag. And I'm going to clean the ends of the sails here. And I also need to make sure to push them in as the glue sets and push down on them a wee bit. So what I can do now is I can start on string number 3, which is the orange. So that's the green. To confuse things. And I can also place this black in. Removing the grease off the sail. Okay, so that's one grip complete since I started the live stream there. Well, I need to glue them. So I'll do that now. Remember, I have to keep the glue moving on this applicator, this mixing nozzle. Otherwise, it'll just go off on it. I'm going to turn the sail in a second. Just to work that glue. That's okay. So as it sets, it will run smooth, which it's doing. Again, I'm just going to push in on these sails so they're sitting nice and neat, nice and snug in the capsule. This green one's not glued, so I'll do that now. Stopping about a wee bit over 5mm away from the end of the sail. Both ends. I'm going to turn the sail again. I'm going to do the other side here. So I'm trying to keep this glue very neat for I don't want it looking rough. Again, I'm just going to turn the sail a wee bit to leave the glue sort of concave looking. So, just going to check the plans before I move on here. Okay, so now I can place the sail in for grip number 2 because we've got this sail on string 3 in position. So I just want to look at this up close first. Looks okay. So remember, as I go here, I have to keep check on a number of things. Have to keep check on the polarity, what direction the sail's facing. I also have to keep check the sails are sitting neat to this face. And what else do I have to check on? If the sail's in the right place, the right position, that's another thing. And I need to make sure the glue's nice and neat. So I'm going to push on here on these sails as we go here. So remember, when I'm bringing these sails up, I want to be bringing them up as if you can imagine a face being on this capsule, as if it's a level, like a water level coming up. We want to keep them nice and balanced, nice and level. So there's a reason for that. Because obviously I can't start working on this grip until I have this grip done. Yeah, to match this. So now I'm on to, I can actually put an extra sail in for grip number 3, which will be green. So I'm wiping the sails as I go here. And I'm making sure that I glue every side. Both sides even. So each sail will be glued in 4 places. The ones in the middle. For now. So these sails now start running perpendicular uphill towards the sky off the bench. This grip. So you'll see this green grip, which corresponds to orange here, running uphill. So I'm going to keep her lit because the glue will go off in this little applicator. So I'm putting enough glue on it, I'm not putting too much on it. And I'm just going to push in on these sails here. So I'm going to put another sail on here now, and then I'm going to do something different. So we're going to start now on grip number, is it 2? So this is a yellow. And I'm going to just place it in here. Positive pole facing out this time. And I'm going to load the capsule up with sails to put weight on these ones. Snapping it off at the end. Just going to turn these sails. Put a bit of glue at the side of this one also. And I'm just going to turn this sail also to make the glue run smooth. To make sure it's covered and it's looking concave looking. So pushing in on these sails. They're springing back out because of the shrink, the wrap. So now on to grip number 4, I think. Yes, positive pole facing out on sail 2 of grip 4. So keeping the sails nice and clean, away from any grease. As I say, positive pole facing out to match this. And I'm just going to turn the sail, sort of make the glue run smooth. And if there's any glue on the body where it shouldn't be, I'm just going to wipe it, pushing the sail in the way. Or wiping it in the way so I don't pull the sail out. Okay everyone, so what I'm going to do here for a wee minute is rather than keep her lit, I'm going to just stack this up with weights, with sails, and I'm going to let it sit for about 5 minutes. Just so I don't go wrong. I'm just going to double check everything's okay. So this is part 13. There's a pack to the left of me, a battery bank completed. So now when I push the sails in, they shouldn't pop out again. They're only popping out because the shrink wrap's sort of around it on the sails, not tight. So this applicator now is going to be done, because definitely not going to rush this. So just cleaning the ends of the sails, save me doing it in the future. And I'm just going to push in on the ones sitting at water level, if that makes sense, across this way, not the green. Well, the green with the negative poles facing out to us. So getting the start of the pack right here is important. So I'm just going to confirm this now to these plans. That is perfect, I think. It is. Right, so I'm just going to keep pushing into this set. So I didn't think I was going to start the second pack here today, but I did. So let this set and then we'll start again. So we'll get these back into this tray. I need to make sure I don't pull one out that's glued. Oh, that's glued. Is it glued? It shouldn't be glued. It's not glued. There we go. So that's as far as I got there, people. Right, so pushing in on these ones. These ones is not set yet. Just about. See the way they're springing out? That's because of the wrap. So I'm going to keep her lit here now anyway and go back to the plans. So if I look at the plans now, I know I've got group number 1 complete. String run. We've got pink, yellow, orange, purple. So pink, yellow, orange, purple. Remember my colour configuration that I've set here. So I need to now keep working as if this is, if you can imagine this coming up level. Because I can't just keep working this way or working this way. I have to set a sail on top of each other. And we need the sails above to place weight on the sails that I'm gluing. If that makes sense. Keep everything in position. Remember, we're working to a very high precision here because this pack needs to fit my bike frame. Seen behind me here. Very neat. So I'm going to now start working on grip number 4. So it's just the way we have to do this. We can't work, we have to work between 2, 3 and 4 now. 1's complete. So positive pole facing out. Like so. And I can actually now jump on to grip number 5 also, which is yellow. So each sail is individually wiped with IPA here because we don't want no handlings off the pack being weak. So negative pole facing out. Just looking at this a minute, bear with me. So I'm going to do that, I'm going to start working this way now. So I need another applicator. So, just to point out, do you see when these come new, these sticks? There's maybe about 5mm left. 5mm less, not left. In either the left or the right hand side, the hardener or whatever side. So I like squeezing it right out first. And when I say 5mm, there's a good 10mm of an air gap on this one sitting up the top. You need to be careful that you don't start using that glue thinking it's a hardener mix, because it probably won't be. So now on to grip number 4 here, which is yellow. So look at the plans in the background too. Is that right? Hold on. 1. No, that's grip number 5. So we're actually on grip number 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Be careful, Jeffrey. So I can mess things up here. A bit of air coming out of that one. So I just like to turn the sail a wee bit. Sometimes I like to throw a wee bit of IPA in my finger and just run this out, make it nice and neat. So now on to sail number 3 of grip 4, which is black, so facing out. I'm going to give it a wee wipe first. Positive pole facing out. So now that the gap's a wee bit tighter at this side, I'm going to place the bead on the sail and then turn the sail down into it. Try and get a nice even bead. Like so. And before I forget, I'm going to push in on these sails again. Just run a eye down the inside too. So I just want to confirm this before I'm going further here. Glue everywhere. It's everywhere. Okay, so the next sail that I need here is a green. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a bit of weight on this one for now. So I can get at both sides, this sail. So negative pole facing out. Snapping it to the end. Just going to turn the sail a wee bit. And then we're going to do this side too. Cleaning the sails as I go here. Did I do that one? Forgot to do this one. Again, I'm just going to clean the end of the sails. When I snap the nozzle away there, a wee bit of glue ends up going over the face of the sail, or the terminals. So now on to another colour, which will be yellow, which corresponds to yellow. They're positive pole facing out. Yeah. So thanks for watching, everyone. Here, I have another camera running, so that's the best angle that I can get for now, okay? So, second sail of second grip. That's right. Of second string. So I wasn't planning to do this today, but I just thought, why not? Hopefully you can still hear me, because I know some of the other live streams didn't go to plan. There's nothing I can do about it now. So I'm keeping the glue as neat as possible. Not too much and not too little. So pushing in on the sails as I go here. Going back to the earlier ones. So just forget about that sail there. In fact, I'm going to place a couple of sails on here just to hold that for now. And I'll build it. Actually, I'll just build it. No, I won't. Hold on. Because I'll mix myself up. Just to hold that in place for now. Till I glue this final part. So this is probably the strongest part of the pack. So it's much like, have you ever seen the catalytic converter of a car inside of it? It's sort of looking like that. So if you think about it, the broader that is, the stronger it is. The narrower it is, the weaker it is. So the battery pack will get weaker at this point, but I have plans for that. So, going to go back here now. Sorry, I'm going to work from this side this time maybe. No, hold on, I can't do that because I could mess things up. What do we see? So I'm just going to start from this side. Remember, we're bringing this up as if it's filling up with water. Nice and level. Keeping the sails pushed to this 3mm plate. And making sure that I don't miss anywhere where I'm gluing. Otherwise the pack would be weaker. So now I'm on to string, I've started string number 5. So I'm going to continue with string number 5. So there we go. So that matches these plans. So there will be 3 yellow now. So 1, 2, 3, but I'm not putting the third one on yet. Snap it away and put the finger on this sail and give this one a wee turn, just so we're covering more of the surface, the body of the sail. So all the strength of the glue is coming from the thicker part, not in between the sail, if you can imagine. So now we're going to focus on grip number 4, which is a black, corresponds to the pink in the plans. So these sails is all cleaned. Remember, positive pole facing out here. I'm going to work on the awkward side first. Snap it away. So the further I get up, I'm going to talk about this being the neck, like a bottleneck. The further I get up this way, I'll be running the glue out a wee bit closer to the ends of the sails because it gets weaker here. So, going to turn this sail too, make sure we have enough of it covered. And what I'm going to do now is put the sail into position to put a wee bit of weight that direction to the capsule. And that sail's in the right place, so I might glue it. I can't glue it, I'll do this one. We'll see. So I'm just going to push these ones in again. Otherwise the pack won't be flat, if you can imagine, that way. Flush, all the sails won't be flush. Okay, so where am I at here? I'm on the side of this black one now, which corresponds to the pink, group number 4. Snap it away from the end. So positive pole facing out there. So one sail wrong messes up the entire pack, obviously. And what I'm going to do here is just give that sail a wee rock. Just enough. I can also place another yellow sail onto string number 5 here. But obviously we don't want to keep working the gap. We'll put too much weight this way. So now on to green, which is string number 3. Negative pole facing out. And what I'm going to do this time again is place the bead of glue on the sail, just to make life easier here. So we're nearly done with that. So turn this now until we meet the sail underneath. Have to put my head down here a minute. Sometimes I set these out a few minutes so I don't confuse myself. Sometimes I don't like the way the glue sort of nuts to the one on the other side. It's just being fussy, isn't it? So, anybody else probably just leave this alone, but sometimes I like to just pull something through it. I had a pencil, but it's vanished. Where is it? Let's see what I've got on this. So, I just got a pencil here and I'm just going to... If it joins, okay, but as long as it looks nice and even. So the pencil now has fixed that. I'll just do it again. That will run nice and smooth. But I like it looking even, not sort of like too much resin at this side and too little at the other side. So remember, these gaps are important here. So I'm just cleaning the end of the sails as I go. Pushing in on the ones, the row below. Yeah. So that's perfect in there now, look. So I'm going to have to just do this too, I forgot. Where's that dirty rag? So remember, push down on the sails, you're placing the glue on here. Because the other side's not set, nowhere near it. Snapping it away. And we're going to just clean the end there. So negative pole, group number 3, facing out. Okay. Not even going to touch it this time. I'm just going to give it a wee turn. So see that wee bit of rocking I'm doing there? That really helps. Sort of even out the glue. Sort of creates like a, rather than having like a bead of silicone, it's sort of like a wee curve. So now we're on to back to group number 2, which is yellow. So we're doing very well here today. I didn't think I was going to get on so well, to be honest. So thanks for watching, everyone. This is live stream part 13, and I hope you can hear me. So remember, it's really important here. There's a lot of things to keep in mind. You have to make sure to keep pushing the cells in to the pack, to the capsule. And also, I should have just kept them on there for a wee bit of weight. So that's group number 5. I'll glue those in 2 seconds, just when I do this side. This cell here is not glued at all. So positive pole facing out. Remember, I said earlier, you'll see string or group number 3 and 4 running in a double straight up into the air, into the sky. So I'm going to keep our left here before this glue goes off from this applicator. And straight on the other side, no messing about here. I think the last day I might have been a wee bit more panicky. But I think now I've just got to a stage and I'm going, get me on the bike. So, cleaning the ends of the cells, nickel, and pushing them. So I don't like touching the cells with my fingers. Right, on to another yellow here. It looks lovely and neat. Just remember, turn the cell helps. So if you can imagine, it's sort of adding more glue to the body, to the surface of the cell. So it'll be a wee bit stronger, I hope. So I will be working out a way to measure out the pack and model it up, this unique shape. But that's for the copper buzz bars. So I'll do that soon, but I just want to get the pack finished first. So positive pole facing out here, and we're keeping the cells to this configuration. So all set out to this plan. So remember, pink is black and green is orange. And yellow is yellow. So that glue is done. There are no more coming out of it. So because it's done, because it is done, this here didn't look too neat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the rag, double it over, a wee bit of IPA on it, and I'm just going to pull. It's neat, but it's not neat. And I'm just going to use the end of the cell as a guide. I'm going to try anyway. Perfect. Well, this left is perfect. I'm going to do that again with the other side. Bear with me. Just cleaning everything as I go. So this side now of the other, I want to do the exact same thing here. I could use something else here. This. Just to leave the glue looking nice and neat. That's no good. Better. Better job. See what I mean? See what I've done there? I don't know if you can see that. It might be a wee bit, leaving the glue nice and straight so it runs perfectly smooth. Obviously it's making more work for myself. It's a wee bit trickier doing this, but I'm leaving it nice and neat. So I need another glue stick here, hold on. I don't know if I'm going to use the same applicator because I have ones to spare and it's always better going with a new one. So the air is already removed out of these. I removed the air already. And I brought the 2 sides up nice and even. So that's hard and you give it a wee heat. Okay everyone, so I'm going to start now at this yellow cell here. Pushing in on these ones. Oh, I nearly forgot. Don't forget to push on the ones at the bottom. Just to the glue sort of sets. That's not glued, that one. Okay, so I see a wee thing I'm just not happy with here. Too much, Jeffrey. Maybe better trying to get my finger in there, you know. Don't want too much glue in there. I think I've got it this time. Yeah. That cell's in a place where it's not going to break off. The one in the middle there. So there's no call for excessive amount of glue. You know what I mean? Okay everyone, I'm going to keep her lit here 2 seconds. I'm going to squeeze out the air bubbles. So we're going to start with this cell now, negative pole facing out. So that is the final cell in group number 5 that's running up that stainless capsule. Right, I think I'm okay now. So next cell now will be a yellow. I'm going to clean the body off it with IPA. Making sure that the cells underneath are glued. Is that in the right place? And cleaned, of course. Look, I just went and messed that up there now. Jeffrey. Do you know what I'm going to do here, people? And you're going to think I'm mad, right? See, things can go wrong. I'm going to just do that again. Okay, I'm ready. Clean that other cell and we'll start again. When things start going wrong, that's when the whole thing just slows down altogether. Anyway, we'll be flying in the middle again. I'm that fussy, see that? I wouldn't have been happy with that. Right, so before I keep her lit here, I'm going to push in the cells that I just glued here. Clean them also. Okay, ready to rock again here. Let's pray that this works this time. So don't forget to like and subscribe there, people. Really appreciate it. The support to the channel. I'm going to turn the cell again. Now on to the next cell, which is cell number 4 of group 5 or string 5. So wiping the cell, the body, and we're going to place it straight on. So this time I've got not very much room. So what I'm going to do again is place the bead on top of the cell and turn the cell down into the grip underneath. Well, same grip. See what I do here? So I'm sort of going down me circular motions there, believe it or not. To leave a wee wide sort of bead. So we're going to turn this now nice and neat down into this one. Rock it back and forward. Perfect. And now we're going to move straight on to the other side here. So finger on the cell. Nozzle in place and away we go. Snap it off at the end. And give the cell a wee turn. And now what I'm going to do again is go back and push in on the cells underneath. So now I'm on to black, which is group number 4, which corresponds to pink in the plans. I'll show you the plans in 2 seconds again for anybody new came on. Chuck that cell. Be careful. So this time I might be able to get in here with the applicator, I think I am. With the nozzle. So positive pole facing out. Clean the ends of the cells. Good practice. So I've got a high powered battery. Well, welder behind me here somewhere in a box. Never used it yet. It's a brand new one. Well, I've used it just to test them with it. Not for a big pack like this. It's like an industrial grade welder for battery tap for the nickel and copper. Snapping it off at the end. So we're going to turn this cell again to make sure that the glue runs nice and smooth. So the grip number 4 or string force running perpendicular uphill now towards the sky or off that bench, and so is the green. So the only grip or only string that's complete is number 1. It's actually number 20 because that's the pack coming downhill to this point. Yes. So my positive terminal, my left leg will be at this side of the pack here. Down here in my hand is. And that's where the positive terminal. So the copper buzz bar will link 20 and 19 together at this side. So black and yellow. Or yellow and pink. So hopefully that makes sense. So I want to push on these cells again. Okay, on to another cell, so that will be green, which corresponds to orange. I keep saying string 1, string 3. That's not the case. It's 20, 19, 18 and 17 and 16 that we're working on. This is string 16. This is 20, 19, 18, 17 and 16. So we're working uphill now to meet string number 11, which will sit at this point. Okay. So it's a wee bit, I'll show the plans in a minute. I'll show them now. So here we have the plans. This is actually the wrong side. This is the right side. So we're working here now. 20. Back to front. So there we go. So these plans is all drawn out very neat. So this is the black marks, this is the copper buzz bars. So we have 20, 19, 18, 17 and 16. So I should be looking at this. But the two packs are identical. It's only the way they're configured with the buzz bars that changes them. From a left bank to right bank, I call them. So again, I'm just going to place the wee bead on the cell and we're going to turn it downhill. Have to keep our lit here because we've only got so much time with the epoxy in the actual mixer nozzle here. So I try to remove all the bubbles. I'm just going to turn this downhill. Looking good. So I'm going to place epoxy at this side now too in a minute. With my index finger on the cell here, pushing down on it. Snap it away at the end there. And clean the end off the cells. So pushing down on these ones. So now on to cell number 4, or sorry, number 5 of string 19. Same thing, 19 too, doesn't matter. Well, just to make things easier, I'm just going to call it 2. So if we go back to the earlier plans that I made, the two banks are identical, but it's just the way I've got them labelled. Okay, so for the demonstration here, I'm just going to keep things simple and I'm going to say that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn the cell again. Just want to get the pencil. Where's the pencil at? I'm just going to strike it through here. Okay, so I can now place the final bead at the side here. And we're going to turn the cell a wee bit again. Pushing it tight to this back wall. Pushing them all tight to the back wall. So the pencil is only to straighten the glue and make it nice and even, so it runs even. So So cleaning the ends of the sail there now, the sails. Making sure I put my finger on them here. So you can probably see the pack taking shape there now. So now we're going to move from this side to this side again, and we'll do that until we might do another 2 rows, and then I might finish up here for this live stream, depending on how long it's running. So it's an hour and 20, so I'm only going to do one more row here. So yellow sail, which corresponds, well, what do we see? It's either string 5 or string 16, doesn't matter. So I'm going to clean the body. It's actually string 16, but as I say. So if we go back to this one, that sail does not go there, Jeffrey. Okay, so there I made a mistake there. So we're now starting on string 15, which is string 7. Hold on to get this right. No, we're starting on string 15, which is string 6. Yes, that needs to go there. Okay, so I'm looking to start string 7. That's what I'm trying to say. Which is purple, so it's black. Remember, going back to this for anybody new jumped on. So I don't have any pink wrap, or I don't have any orange, so I'm using green for orange and black for pink. Just because of the highlighting colours I have here. So I'm going to put this black in now so I don't mess anything up. Is it black? It's green I'm looking for. What am I talking about? Sorry people, it's green I'm looking for. Okay, so positive pole facing out. See, that's what I mean. That's why from the start I started working on this one, because it just makes everything easier. So we're just going to say we're starting on string 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're starting on string 6, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So I'm going to keep our lot here. I'm going to start gluing this before it goes off. Have to glue this now because we won't be able to get at it when we place the next sail on. So positive pole facing out here. Nice even bead. Snap it off at the end there. And we're just going to turn this sail a wee bit. That's perfect. Before I go any further here, I'm just going to push in on... We're doing very well with this pack, by the way. Nearly mixed up there now, but I think we should just set these plans over there. Right, on to the next sail. So we're going back and working on string number 5. So this time I'm going to place the bead on the sail, and we're going to turn the sail down into sail number 4 of string 5. 4 and 3. Okay, so every time I place a bead of glue on, I have to pull this back a wee bit because it keeps running out. Like a silicone gun. So negative pole facing out here, what I like to do is lift the sail and sort of line it up and then drop it in. And put my head down and get a look at what's going on in there. That's perfect. So them 2 bits of glue will meet. What's a big grand and sort of like work together and strengthen everything up. So they're running till they're meeting there. I'll show what I'm talking about. So see at the minute, the way it's sort of knitting together, they will run smooth. Might be able to bring this up a wee bit closer for the live stream. So this is live stream part 13. So put my index finger onto the sail. And we're just going to glue this side too. Snap it off at the end. So next sail, we're going to turn this one first. Perfect. So that glue is just done what I mentioned there. So I'll show it now up close. Hold on first, I just want to confirm here that I'm right. I think I'm right, don't I? I think this is where I messed up in the last pack. Yeah, but I've got her this time. Right. So now on to black, which corresponds to pink in the plans. So remember, each sail is individually wiped with IPA. because that glue is not going to stick to grease, let me tell you. It will, but it won't be very strong. So I can get onto this side with the nozzle, just about. Snapping her off. Positive pole facing out. And grip number 4. So remember, this goes the whole way up now. It rises to the top of the pack. This string and this string. So turning the sail also. Let me just look at it. That's okay. Right. Before I go any further here, I'm just going to push these sails into the capsule. As the glue sets, we want them to stay nice and tight to this plate. So okay, we're back onto this side. Now we're going to turn that sail till it runs nice and smooth. So obviously gravity's on our side here because of the design of the capsule. So pushing in on the sails as we go. Try not to put my big clumsy club thumbs into the glue. So we're now going on to string number 3 again. Remember, I'm not going to talk about the other side. So it's actually 18, but it's 3. We're just going to talk about it, keep things simple. 2 packs being identical for now until they're configured with the copper buzz bars. So did I wipe that sail? A wee bit of IPA helps. So let's say now if I was to glue this sail with my big fingers all over it, right? And let's say like this, right? Obviously there's oil and grease in your hand. So if I put the glue on that and come back a day later and went to break it off, it'd be much weaker than me if I clean it with alcohol first. So placing this into the capsule. So that is sail number 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 of string 3. So we're doing very well here. I don't think I was as fast last time, to be honest. I better not speak too soon. So we're going to turn this sail also till the glue runs nice and smooth. So we're more contact, more glue on the body of the sail. And put my finger on it here again. Snap her off at the end. Okay, just give a sail a wee turn. I'm talking about a mil. Turn it round about a mil or so. So that is now we're ready for, how many sails is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 and string 3. So now we're going to go back to the yellow. So again we're giving it a bit of IPA. So I've double coated these sails so that they're isolated from each other, especially the grips. So this time I'm going to place the bead on the top of the sail. Wee circles. As if we're using the MIG. Now we're going to turn this sail till it meets string number 3. And I'm just watching the way the glue runs here. That's perfect. So the capsule's working really well here. This idea of mine. So obviously you could do this on a bench, on a template, but this way keeps the shape of the bike exactly the same. So I need the pencil, and I'm just going to strike it. Is that sail the right way around? It is. It's a positive pole facing out. And where's the dirty rag? I call this the dirty rag because there's more epoxy on it. Turning the sail a wee tooty bit. So now on to sail number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of string 2. IPA out again. Positive pole facing out. Remember, I'm going to push in on these sails. Not much holding this one at the meantime, the one on the end there. And also pushing on the row at the bottom there. So we're going to keep her lit. So see some of these sails that are right at the edge. Sometimes I would put a wee bit more glue on them. So the ones on the perimeter even. So I'm going to turn this to make it nice and neat. Positive pole facing out. So I'm right, aren't I? To this point anyway. I might do another row here, we'll see it back. What time's it? Might stay on since there's people on here. So looking at the plans again, right? If I want to start this row, usually I like working this way. So the next sail that I require is sail 2 of string 6. So this orange one. So remember, the orange corresponds to the green because I don't have any orange wrap. Sorry, hold on a wee minute. So positive pole facing out. Sail cleaned. Keep this as neat as possible. Stop a wee bit before the end. 5 mil or so. And we're going to turn this sail also. So there's more contact, more glue on the body or on the surface. So now on to sail number 3 of string 6. So that way, we're going to go back to the plans here just to confirm that. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I'll keep her lit. Snap her off at the end so it doesn't run out over. And we're just going to turn this sail also. Need to put my head up close a minute here. So now doing the other side of the sail. First things first, I want to just push in on these ones. So in the very first pack I done it a different way. I tapped them in with a pencil. I don't like doing that now, I would just rather do this. Okay. So positive pole facing out. String 6. String 6. Orange corresponds to the green. Right. Next sail I require now is yellow. And we're just going to place it in. So see now that the gap's a wee bit tighter. So rather than, because the capsule's kinked, or the bike frame at this point, these squares start moving towards rectangles and getting a wee bit deeper. But the holes stay on the same size, okay, roughly. So because it's tighter here now at this point, what I'm going to do is just put another bead of glue on top of the sail. Just to make things a wee bit easier. Let me just confirm that's right. I think it's right. Okay, it's nearly done. So turning this downhill, this glue is just going to run smooth. They're going to link up to each other. And that does not matter. So these two bits of glue now are knitting together and they will run smooth. Sort of like a U shape the whole way down, nice and even. So I'm not even going to bother touching it. So we're going to do this side of this sail now. And we're going to turn the sail now that both sides are glued. Just to make sure it's well bonded, you know. Okay people, so we're doing so well here. I didn't think I was going to get on this far. Did not think I was going to go this far. So I'm going to get the pencil here. I'm just going to tap the sails. And clean the sails at the same time. So don't forget to like and subscribe there people, I really appreciate it. And you will see these projects evolve. So I'm just cleaning the end of the sails there, make sure no epoxy on them. So this capsule keeps the sails all nice and uniform, nice and parallel to each other. As if they were sitting on that bench, okay? But it keeps this unique shape to match the bike frame. Okay, so I'm just going to now keep working this way. So we need a black sail which corresponds to purple, the pink plans there, the pink on the plans. So positive pole facing out, I can get in with the nozzle this time, but I'm running out here. I'm not going to go in with the nozzle, I'm going to do it this way because it's much easier. Don't want to move the other cell with the nozzle, you know what I mean? It's not glue, it's not set. So I only want the glue on the part of the cell being glued. I don't want the cells plastered here. Perfect. So again, there's glue over the bench now. Bear with me a wee minute. So see all the cells at the back here, we want no gaps. I could probably just... No, you can't, you see. I'm thinking about something else there. So see now, if I start using this applicator, or this nozzle, this mixing nozzle, do you see if I put a new... let me see if I get one here. Do you see now, if I stick this nozzle onto this new glue stick or whatever, there'll be a pocket of air trapped in here when I go to push it out. I don't want that air there, so I have to completely use a new nozzle. So before I do that, I just want to finish off here this cell, turning it and making sure that they're all pushed down where they need to be. So again, before I move on, hold on, I'll do that now. So this is the third, or maybe the fourth one I've used. So I've brought these two liquids up, the hardener and the two parts up level before I squeeze here. I don't know why I even done this, I should have probably stopped. Took a wee break. So I'm going to place this in front of the heater a minute. And I'm going to tap these cells in. Right, I'm ready for the next. See the way the glue just flowed in there, it doesn't matter, it's grand and I'll make it stronger. So green cell now, cell number 8 of string 3, in position, ready to be glued here. Hold on, I get the glue. Right, I'm ready. So you don't want the glue too runny. So you don't, but you don't want it too hard either. So all the bubbles are removed from the glue first. All the air bubbles. Snap her off at the end there. So hopefully it's making sense. And hopefully I haven't messed anything up, because I don't plan to rip this apart. So at this side of the cell now. Okay, I'm going to just rotate the cell. Just a degree or two, just a couple of degrees. So I want the glue sort of rocked. So it's a wee bit underneath the cell, but also so that the glue runs smooth. The epoxy glue. So now we're on to cell number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of string 2, which is yellow. Positive pole facing out, otherwise we mess the whole thing up. Snap her off at the end there. Do the side too and we're at it. Okay, so I'm now ready for the next row. Or should I stop and take a wee break? So I might keep her lit because this here's all ready to go. So if I go back to the plans here now, right, and if I look at these plans, we're now started string number 6. So if I look at string number 6, I know that the next cell that I require is not a cell for grip 6 or string 6. It's a cell for grip 7, because I changed back over to black or pink. So the black corresponds to the pink, okay? So we need a black. And I'm going to clean it here. I'm going to start getting it all glued on. One more row and then I'm going to stop maybe. So how many cells do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a black now. And I'm going to tap these cells as I go. So this row here sort of still not set. Perfect. Okay, so I'll keep her lit. So let me just confirm here a second. So we're now started on string 7. And we're coming across this way. And we're going to finish string 2. These last 2 cells. And we're going to nearly finish string 3. Okay. So we have 1 cell left on string 3. So we're going to keep our lid here before this glue goes off. So as I raise up the bottleneck here, I'm going to be placing more glue onto the sails. Not very much, but a wee bit more. And we're going to just clean the ends of the sails as we go here. So I know you're never going to see the glue on the sails, but I just like it perfect. So we're going to turn this sail too. So there's more glue on the body of the sail. More epoxy, I keep saying glue. So initially, I was going to glue this with a hot glue gun, but that wouldn't have stuck to temperature. This is more durable and stronger. So now going back to string number 6, which is a green sail, corresponds to orange on the plans. Positive pole facing out. I'll just bring these up for you to look at. So I will be able to get in with this nozzle this side. Just about. Snap her off. And I just want to get a wee quick look up close here. So as I mentioned there earlier, gravity's on my side. So that's why the capsule's standing as, well, as the pack will be, the sails will be contained within the frame of the bike even. So the glue's running down, the glue's running down the sail like this, the way I want it. So we don't want the glue running away from the, I'm going to call it a joint, the gap. Otherwise it'd be weak. So I'm starting to get closer to the end here now with the glue, because we're going uphill, we're getting up to a narrow point. Not really interested yet in doing that until we get to about here. Okay. So pushing in on the sails underneath as they set. And what I'm going to do this time is just going to get this pencil and strike this so it leaves the glue nice and neat. I don't even need to go back near it, I know it's going to run smooth. Right, so we're now moving back to group number 5, which is a yellow sail. Thanks for watching everyone, I really appreciate it. So yellow sail now, negative pole facing out. So again, I can get in here with the nozzle, no problem. So the glue that I'm using here is a very good glue. High temperature, it can withstand high temperatures. I think it's 150 degrees? Obviously the pack's not going to be getting that temperature, but it'll be something badly wrong. Right, so I'll turn this round for the first time, wee tooty bit, towards the 2 cameras here. So index finger on the sail, and I'm just going to place the nozzle in the gap and leave a nice bead here. Snap her off the end there. And we're going to turn the sail so there's more coverage. Now I'm talking slight couple of degrees. Or if you want to think about it in other ways, just turn it a mile or so. So pushing in on these sails as we go here, we don't want them sticking out as they set. So I can tap them, that's glued. It's not set, not set, not set, not set, not set, not set, not set. But they will be in a couple of minutes. So now moving back to string number 4 here, which is black, corresponds to pink in the plans. Pink highlighter. So black in position. First things first, I just want to hit it again with a bit of IPA. We want this pack strong. It will be supported in other ways, but you know what I mean, we want it nice and neat. So because this gap now is starting to close in, it will start to widen again in a minute. Once we get round this, see this folded point on the bike frame or on the capsule. But for now, I'm just going to place the bead on the top of the sail and move it in to string number 5. The yellow sail. So a nice straight bead here. Nice even bead. And I'm just going to turn this down into this sail. Positive pole facing out, like the other sails in that group. I'm just going to rock it back and forward a wee bit. Then the glue will just run smooth. Snap her off at the end there. So I'm going to turn this sail also a wee tiny bit. Just enough. And what I'm going to do now again is tap in on the row underneath and the one at the top. So we want all these sails sitting nice and flush. Right, on to grip number or string number 3, which is orange, but remember I'm using green for the colour configuration here. Negative pole facing out, pushing in this sail. And I'm just going to place the bead on the sail. A nice even bead. There's air coming out there. I don't like that. If there's air coming out, I'm going to have to poke it. That should be okay now. Right. Or is it? See them little air pockets and then that. So you can work them out if you get the knife. Just makes it stronger. In theory. It'll be okay. Right, negative pole facing out. As the glue sets, as it cures, the bubbles sometimes disperse out. Let me just see something if I can get on here a minute. I just don't like the way that glue was forming there. I don't mind it joining together, but I don't like it joining together in one place and not in another place. That's why I run the pencil through it. So it's all joined together now, just by doing that. Okay, so works a trick here. I'll bring the camera up to show you what I mean. So in between the yellow and the black there, it was only joining one spot. Now it's I've given it a wee helping hand there. Okay, so I'm going to bring this. Oh, the phone's going to fall. I'm going to bring this to the end here, and then we're going to stop. And hopefully you can all join me again on our live stream. Snap her off at the end there. Don't want the glue running over the end. We're going to turn this sail, pushing in on the sails beforehand. Right, so the next sail we need now is a yellow. And basically, I think, is that string 2 complete? It is, when I place the final yellow on here. But I'm just looking down here, look. See the way that glue's forming? Let me just fix this a wee minute. That's better looking. Okay. So, let me just wipe this sail to remove any grease. So, positive pole facing out, which it is, and we're going to just glue this too. Snap her off at the end there. Sometimes I work the nozzle back and forward because it sort of removes the bubbles, air bubbles. If there's any air bubbles coming out of the nozzle, but sometimes there is. Okay, final sail on string 2, which is yellow. And it looks so neat. There we have it. So this is my boundary, this capsule. We want the sails all underneath it. Okay. So we'll glue this now too. Because the sail's hanging on the end here, I will be using a wee bit more glue. And I'll be coming closer to the end. We're going to turn this a wee bit. And there we have it, people. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just finish this. Will I? Or won't I? Will I finish it? You see, if I put a sail here now, right? I could mess up things coming back this way. But because we've got a big gap here, I don't think it really matters. Let me just double check the gap. So let's say now I have the final sail in here. Will I be able to glue this side? I can. So I'll just place the final sail on to complete what string 1, 2 and 3 or 20, 19 and 18. Yeah. And then we're going to load her up as sails now as a weight. well, weights. So here we go. So we have string 1, 2 and 3 for string 19, 20 and 18 complete. And just put a wee bit more glue on these ones because they're on the outside. Okay, so that's them. And because they're on the outside, I'm also going to do something else with my finger. I'm going to leave them perfectly so you don't see the glue. Well, the glue's still on it, but I just feathered the glue into the body of the sails. And we're also going to do that with this one. The glue's vanished. Right, the final thing I have to do here now is really important. Right, so I'm just going to tap each sail again in. And I'm going to make sure they're all glued. And I'm going to load the pack. I'm going to use black to do that maybe. But because, hold on, do we see? I'm going to use black. And I'm just going to put the positive folds out. So this is just pushing down on the sails, pushing them into position. And I'm also going to do the ones on the end here. Not that it really matters for the ones down here because they're all set. But it matters for maybe definitely 2 rows, if not a 3. Third row is probably set. So we done really well there in this live stream. Went really well. I'm surprised. So we're up to this level here now. So how far am I on? I'm going to count here now. So I have to clean up this mess, but let me just count how far I'm on. So 30, because these 3 strings is complete, right? And if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm 50% of the way there. Hey, that is really good. So 50 sales, 50%. There's the other one. That's complete. Just don't mind the mess. So what I'm going to be doing here today is following on from livestream part 13. So in livestream part 13, I started off with obviously 1 sail at the bottom and worked my way up to sail number 50. So I've got my plans in the background here, and I'm just going to keep her lit now. So the paper on the bench is just so I don't wreck the bench because it was getting all glue, all epoxy. We've got my plans in the background, the configuration set here, the diagram of the battery, and then we've got the configuration set here, the sail layout within the capsule or within the bike frame. So just imagine this being a bike frame. So when I work my way up now to the head of the bike here, I need to make sure that I bring the sails up nice and even so they all fit in where they're meant to fit in. So we're going to go with these plans here. So basically what there is here is there's 2 battery banks, so a left bank and a right bank that makes up the pack. 100 cells in each bank, so 200 cells in total. So I'm up to this point here now, so if I get a straight edge, let's see if I can get one. If I get this straight edge now and run it across hill here. So let me just get a look at this. So I'm up to this point now, and see that purple sail there at my index finger? That represents the black. So, for anybody new, the black corresponds to purple or pink, the pink highlighter. The green corresponds to the orange, the yellow is the yellow, okay? So I'm going to keep her lit here now anyway. I'm going to start building. The first sail that I'm going to place onto the pack here is maybe whatever one's the easiest to glue. So not going to rush this at the minute. I'm just going to take my time because I have to clean this because it's been lying a while. Plastic has been over the top of it, but I just want to give each one of these sails a wee wipe here. So when I'm placing these sails into the capsule, what I will be doing is cleaning each sail as I go here with IPA or alcohol. So hopefully we'll get up to about 25% here more. So 25 sails. So 75% in total today, hopefully. Well, in the first live stream of today. So I'll try and keep this into view here too. Okay, so starting off, what do you see? String number 6, I think we're at. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at string number 7 and we're placing the second sail on. So we're starting off here now. This is sail number 51. Let's give a sail a wee turn. Try and keep it as neat as possible here. Okay, so on to the next sail here. Sail 52. So I just need to be careful with the placement of the sails here. So I'm now going back to string number 6, which is a green sail. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the epoxy on top of the sail and run the sail down into the one at the bottom. So here we go. Positive pole facing out. Try and keep this as neat as possible because we won't be able to get in here with the rag to clean it. Or my finger. So a nice wee bead there. Positive pole facing out. Turning this sail down into the one at the bottom. The black, which corresponds to the pink on the plans. So now I don't have to try and get the applicator on this side, it's already done. So now going back to the side. I'm just going to give this a wee turn. So just checking the configuration here. So what do you see? 1, 2. Is that right? Yes. So each time I go here I'm wiping the sail, but I'm also cleaning the face of the sails just to make sure there's no epoxy on them. Or on the faces. So I'm just giving the sail a wee turn again. To make sure it's covering more of the surface or the body of the sail. So the next sail I require here is green. So we're building this as if this is filling with water here. So positive pole facing out, and I could probably get in there, but I'm just going to do the same thing again because it's much easier. Turning the sail down into the one below it, which is sail number 5, I think, of that group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at this point of the pack, I will be applying more glue because I need to make sure that this point of the pack is stronger. Because of this gooseneck here, this bottleneck. So I've got a dirty rag here and I've got a clean rag for a reason. So the dirty rags to actually strike the epoxy. So we're just going to turn the sail now again. So as I go here now, I need to make sure that I push the sails towards this heavy duty plate at the back here. Keeping all the sails flat to the actual body of the other sails. Making sure they are flat. So the next sail that I require is this yellow one, which is string number 5. Just giving the sail a wee wipe as I go. So negative pole facing out, and I will be able to get in both sides of the sail, this time with the applicator. So just let me look at the plans here. That's right. So the other pack, the other bank sitting on the bench beside me here, it's built. So the hairdryer worked a treat here. Snap it off at the end there. So we're going to turn the sail a wee bit again, just to make sure it's covering, the glue's covering more of the body of the sail. Just back and forward a wee bit. So pushing these ones into the heavy duty plate. So I'm now ready for sail number 9 of group 4, which is the black, corresponds to the purple. Or hair in that one. So I'm trying to keep this as neat as possible. Oh. So I'm going to turn this sail now down into the one below. Perfect, and I'm going to glue the other side with the applicator. Just makes my life easier doing it that way. So as I get to the outside of the pack, I tend to add more glue with the sails on the outside. So that's another row done. That one was already glued. So the next sail, I'm going to work this way now. So I need a green sail and I need another applicator or another glue stick. And basically I just have to chuck this out and start with a new one because I don't want any air pockets in the applicator when I change over here. So it's important here to get rid of the air here first. So I've got her well heated up and also balance out. Make sure they're equal, otherwise you'll have a weak bond. So just working the air out. See, there's no air there now because I have removed it. Okay, just going to give her a blast of the hair there. That should be me ready to go again here. It's a wee bit hard yet, a wee bit hard. Okay, so I'm just going to push these sails tight to this wall at the back that I keep talking about, this heavy duty plate. So it's important that there's no dirt or debris sitting on that because it would hold the sails out. So I'm now ready for sail number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm ready for black, which corresponds to the pink. Good job, I took the time there. So on there. So that group, that group, that group, and that group's complete. So what I could do here, no, you know what? I'll just keep her lit this way. So positive pole facing out here. The positive terminal. So you can probably hear it in my voice. Like I had a dose there for 3 weeks. So I've just decided to do my research and forget about the projects. So keeping this glue nice and even here. You're not going to see it, but it helps you sleep at night knowing it's neat. Not that I sleep well at night. Right, now on, that grip's complete. So now on to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sail number 9 of string number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So giving them a wipe of IPA as I go here. To make sure there's no grease on the film here. The wrap. So negative pole facing out. And I've got room here. I don't need to do the little trick. Now on to this side. Making sure I'm not going to block any one of these, the live stream or the camera recorder here. I'm doing my best. Snap it off at the end. Just give the sail a wee turn to make sure that the glue's covered a wee bit of the body of the sail. A wee bit more even. So the next sail that I require is the green, which corresponds to the orange on the plans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So sail number 7 of string 6. So I'm just going to wipe this with IPA again. Positive pole facing out. So this time I'm going to have to put the glue on top of the sail and run the sail down anti-clockwise. Because I can't get in. Well, I can, but it's a wee bit awkward. Nice bead, and we can just turn this down anti-clockwise onto the sail underneath it. Rock it back and forward a wee bit, and then just let the glue run smooth. So right hand side here now. Snap her off at the end. Just going to clean the ends of the sails here. And we're just going to give this sail a wee turn too. And also, so just going to tap the sails that I done at the start of the live stream here at the bottom here to make sure that they're tight to this heavy duty plate, which sort of mimics a bench or desk. So now we can work on string number 7. We've got something to work off here. But what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to get this scalpel. Just trying to make the glue run smooth there. It's alright. Just in between that sail. Make it down and get a pencil here. So going to push these sails towards the plate at the back. So sail number 3 now of string number 7. Yep. So I'm just going to do the same thing again. Negative pole facing out here. Bead at the top. And we'll turn the sail anti-clockwise. Now right hand side. Snap her off at the end. Just give the sail a wee turn again. Perfect. So the next sail that I can place into this pack or into this bank is sail number 4, string 7. Just like that. So I could get down on there, but I'm just going to do this because it's easier. My belly's rumble. I'll turn the sail anti-clockwise down onto sail number 3 till the glue runs smooth for the epoxy. So we've got two rows done since I started the live stream here. Just going to make sure that the sails are pushed in where they're meant to be. Just give them a wee tap. Like that one there. Still, the glue's not set, you see. Because of the wrap, it's sort of pushing the sails out. Because of how the wrap's formed over the end of the sail, over the face. Okay, so that grip or that string 1, 2, 3 and 4 is complete. This string now requires the final sail, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yellow now, which corresponds to yellow on the plans there. A bit of IPA around the sail first. There's no point putting glue on them if there's grease on the sail. So I'm thinking, is this going off here? Or is it just cold? I don't know. I think it's just cold now. So because this sail now is, well, it's sort of on the outside of the pack. So I need to make sure I have more glue on it. And just snap her off at the end. Sort of like taper the glue down. And we're going to turn the sail. So remember, polarity is important here, obviously. Negative pole facing out. That doesn't look right. That's in the wrong place. Okay everyone, so I made a blip here. So that's a green sail. It'll not be hard to fix. It's only one sail. I've had worse. Get carried away, just rushing. So because the glue's on that, them two sails, I'm going to place a green on, which corresponds to the orange. Just cleaning the sail here, bear with me. So here we go. I think I had the green sitting out, did I? So green sail, positive pole facing out. The glue on the sails are okay. And you know something? I'm not even going to place any more glue on them. No point. There's enough on there. So now back to the yellow. Jeffrey. That wasn't hard, was it? So that is string number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 complete. Yeah. So I'm going to do the same wee trick. Put the glue on top of the sail. And run the sail down into the one underneath. Or sail number 9 of that grip. So here we go. Negative pole facing out here, important. There we have it. So this side of the sail we'll be placing a wee bit more glue because it's like the outside of the pack. Just a wee bit more strength. Probably went a wee bit overboard that time. So I'm going to have to strike this with my finger here. First things first, I'm just going to turn it. Tapping these sails as I go here. I'm going to put a wee bit of IPA on my finger just. And just strike this. Just making sure it's run nice and smooth here. I think that's okay. So making sure this sail underneath in its position. It is. What I might do here, right, is I might just apply a wee bit more glue to this green one again. Because of the wee blip. There we go. I'll try and get the other side done too. And we're going to tap these in as we go. We don't want no handlings, we sail out of position. I also don't want to place my finger on top of the glue here. So I just need to be careful. So we're going to try and get on here again. Because this sail's close to the outside here. The outside of the pack. So you can see there when I'm placing that glue on, I'm sort of doing me motions. As if I was welding. Wee circular motions to get the glue to flow. So the next sail that I require here, now that we've got that fixed, is a green, which corresponds to the yellow. I'm just going to clean the ends here. Let me just check the plans. Are we right or are we wrong? We're 100% right. So we're now on string number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sail number 9, which is green, corresponds to the orange. So positive pole facing out. Going to just do the wee trick again. Top of the sail instead. And we're going to turn it down anti-clockwise onto sail number 8. So just going back on these sails to make sure they're all in position here. Giving them a wee wipe in the way, not out the way, because we don't want to pull them out. Just going to get my wee device here, my wee tool. Just to go in between them sails there, just to make the glue run smooth. To have a nice straight cut edge here. Just looks better, because this is the outside of the pack. Just helped. I took it from 40% to 100%. Just by doing that. Just makes it look far better. So now we're on to the final sail of this string, which is green, corresponds to the yellow. Or sorry, corresponds to the orange. So that's the sail at this point. Going to give it a rum of IPA here. Boom. Should I probably keep going this way? Maybe. So I'll go back to doing what I was doing there, just to keep things looking in shape here. So keeping the polarity right. And we're just going to place this glue onto the top of the sail. So if I keep this even, this speed, it means it'll run even when I turn the sail downhill when it meets the other one. Okay, so what do we see? I'm also applying the glue only to maybe about 5 mil away from the ends, now that I'm getting closer to this bottleneck. Don't want to go too close because it'll run over and be in the way of the copper buzz bars, and also it will hit the capsule, the stainless capsule there, and make a mess of it. Snap her off at the end there. And we're just going to turn this sail for more surface area. Adhesion. So that is cell number 5. So I'm ready for cell number 6 of that group. So it will rest against the capsule. And the capsule being my bike frame. There we go. So we'll just turn this anti-clockwise down to meet cell number 5. Rock it back and forward. So we're doing well here. When I get up to about here, I'm going to stop and go for T. So when I'm wiping these and pushing them in to this heavy plate at the back here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to string number 6. Yes, for the final cell, which is green, corresponds to the orange. So positive pole facing out. What I could do here is I could strike this rag in between the cells to make the glue look neater. So just pulling it through in the centre. Just turns it to 100%. Making sure there's no glue on the terminals here. Okay, so I'm now ready for cell number 10 off that group, or off that string. So positive pole facing out here. Should I start here and work my way out? I probably should. So just whatever comes easy. So just to go back to the drawings here. You see, I jumped ahead of myself there big time. And I'm lucky because that cell's in the right place. I just kept building the black here. Obviously the black corresponds to the pink, but I wasn't looking at the plans. Maybe it's in the right place because I've done the other bank. Well, the other bank was done a month ago, so just by chance. So anyway, we're going to have to start looking at this again now because things is getting a wee bit more trickier. Not trickier, they're getting more out of place. So that could have been a yellow cell, you know what I mean? So I have to keep this on hand here for a minute. We'll keep it. I'll pile of glue here, you see. I'm getting it on the bench. So what I'll do is I'll put more paper down here. And we'll keep this very close. So I need to keep her lit here because we don't want this glue to go off in this applicator. So the next cell that I require now, we're going to start string number 8, which is yellow. So I'm going to give her a wipe. I'm going to give her a wipe of IPA and positive polarities facing out. We'll put that into position. So before I do anything here, I'm going to make sure that these cells are sitting where they need to sit. So each one of these cells is glued in 4 places. The cells in the middle of the pack. So positive pole facing out here, and I'll keep her lit. So I'm adding more glue now because I'm coming up to this bottleneck. A wee bit more strength. But we don't want too much because it would run over the ends. Alright, over the ends. And I'm just going to turn that cell. Remember, the one at the bottom's not set yet. We're just going to turn it until we cover more of the body with the epoxy. So the next cell that I require here, going back to the plans, it's obviously going to be a black on this side. So negative pole facing out here. And what we're going to have to do now is we're going to have to run the cell down into the one underneath it. So that cell is covered in fluff, wherever it has come from. So again, just go back to the plans here, double checking, looks okay. Glue on the top of the cell here, nice and neat. Trying to get rid of any air pockets or bubbles. Now we're going to turn that down into the cell underneath of the same grip. And we're just going to get the fill, make sure it's in the right position, the right place here, placement or place. Keeping these ones pushed in as we go here. I'm making sure that the rest of the pack is also sitting tight to the capsule, because there's not much point keeping these tight if the rest of the pack's not flush to the actual capsule itself. Really important that I pointed that out there. Right, so now we're at this side of the sail. Keeping my finger on it because I am putting pressure on the end of this glue stick, this applicator, because it's hard to push out today. I think it's because it's cold outside, obviously affecting the temperature inside here. Snapping her off at the end, so a wee bit of glue went over the terminal, so I'll have to wipe it off. So I am applying more glue in these ones because we're at the bottleneck here. So that glue has run smooth there, perfect. But in here it hasn't. So what I like to do is I just like to get an object and just strike it in the middle of the two beads, and it just leaves it looking perfect. Before it sets, you have to do it obviously. So now we're going back to string number 7, which is the purple, which corresponds to this black wrap. So we're going to wipe this with IPA. So when I get to 25 or 75 sales here, 25 sales on this live stream, I'm going to stop. So negative pole facing out here, and we're going to turn that sail down into the one underneath it. Looking good, looking good. So the left hand side here now of the sail. So I'm applying more glue here. A nice neat bead. Take pride in your work. So again, I'm just going back to this one where the glues sort of come together unevenly. Just correcting it. So pushing this sail in, the air pocket there, so the wee tweezers is good to get rid of it. So what I'm going to do now is just going to clean the terminals here again, around the area that I'm working. So I really hope that you can hear me there, because I am not sure. Sometimes the sound doesn't work on the live streams. But anyway, it's more to do with the 4K. To focus on it. So now we're at string number 7, is it? No, we're at 6 and 7. We have to place the final sail into this grip, or this string. And it's obviously going to be green. So I'm just going to wipe it here with IPA and put it into position. So I hope I haven't made any mistakes there. If I have, well, as you would expect, it'll be a complete handle. Well, let's be honest about that. So we're going to place the bead on top of the sail, even though I can get in. Just makes it handier for the demonstration here. So I'm not blocking the cameras with my big clumsy arm. So turn this down into the sail underneath. So that string now is complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically what I'll be working now with is string number what is it? 8 and 7. 7 and 8. So a wee bit of glue at this side. I don't like the way it's all lagered there, hold on. So a wee bit more glue on the sail because it's at the outside. And I'm going to do the exact same thing that I was doing earlier on, just making sure no glue in this glove, because I don't want to leave everything lagered. I'm going to make sure that the sails are tight to this back wall. The ones here are set, but this one isn't. So if you can imagine now, if I put too much pressure on this yellow sail, it will push this black one out this way. So it's you just need to be careful here. And I don't want the glue over the ends of the sail too much. Sorry, I know I'm blocking the camera here, but I have to. 2 seconds. There's not much point me demonstrating and then having the job looking rough. Okay, so I'm just pushing the top row here in tight. So this glue in here now has now knitted together nice and even the way I wanted it to. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start working on the next row. So the next row will be cell number 2 of string 8. So it'll be yellow. Okay. So positive pole facing out here. So once this pack is removed from the actual capsule, I can glue the other side of the cells at the stainless plate here, at the perimeter, the boundary. So I'm just turning the cell to make sure I have more contact with the epoxy on the body. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go back to these plans. It's important here. So the next cell that I require is a yellow. So I'm building this, if you can imagine it, filling up with water. There's not much point me starting working against myself. I'm working with myself, nice and easy, so things flow here. Go with the flow. Positive pole facing out. So this will all come in the future on a live stream, just like the recent upload to the channel yesterday. So I am applying more glue here, so I'm just going back over that a wee bit. Just filling her up. Why am I applying more? Because I'm at the bottleneck of the pack here. The weakest part. It'll be reinforced later, but just make sure this is right here. It'll be reinforced with like glass fibre tape, and the copper buzz bars will support too, and obviously the bike frame or whatever I'm going to use, the cases. But I just like applying more glue here at the weakest part. So this is a bit of the strongest part, and then you get weaker here. So imagine this being like a catalyst or a catalytic converter, or in a car, or a particle filter, diesel particle filter. It's will be much stronger to break here, and at this point, if it became skinnier, it would break much easier. So I need to be careful. Just need to make sure that it's stronger here, because it does widen out at this point again. So it gets narrow here, then it widens out. So the next cell that I require here is cell number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that right? Yes. Cell number 9 of string 7. So the purple. And if you remember the earlier plans that came on the YouTube channel, string 7 is here. So I am more or less, well, I am 70% complete here of this pack. So I will be approaching 75% soon, and then I'm going for tea. So I hope you enjoy my demonstration here. So it's much more complex than building a pack on a bench, or even a pack using the spacers, keeping this honeycomb effect here. So I'm now ready for, as I say, this cell for string number 7, which corresponds to the pink, the purple highlighter, the pink highlighter. So again, each cell's wiped with IPA here, alcohol, just to remove any grease, just to make the bond stronger, especially at this point that I'm talking about here. So negative pole facing out. This glue stick's done, nearly. So a wee wide bead here, not wide, but just, you know, a wee bit more. It's done. I have to get the most out of it here. So that went well anyway, because it didn't go off, which I didn't want. So that's done. So we're going to turn this now clockwise till it meets the cell underneath. I made a mistake here, people. I made a mistake. Could I do this fast, I wonder? I could if there was glue in it, but I didn't glue that yellow. Hold on. Well, I'll get in, so I'll just have to get in now because I don't have any glue. Sort it. So as you can see, things can go wrong on these live streams. So just discuss this again. So before I start here, because this is the weakest part of the pack, I need to be sure to push all the air out here and to even up the two parts before I start attaching this applicator, because it'd only be a mess, it'd be weak. So pushing all the air out here, get the hair there first, give her a little blast because it's -3 outside. So I'll soon be on to the buzz bars, by the way, making them. It's still quite hard. I like it a wee bit easier because I don't want to be applying much pressure when I'm pushing on the pack. We'll see if that works. There we go. So I'll get back at it here now in 2 seconds. So I will be taking this to 75%. Will I get in here now? I hope I will. Whatever happens now happens. Snap her off at the end there. So didn't go really that neat, you know, to be honest, but I will get it fixed here in 2 seconds. So there's not much point me putting glue in there if I didn't turn the sail. So the first thing I'm going to do here is turn the sails for more coverage. And just going to check this one. Positive pole facing out. That's okay, that one. What I can do here to neaten up these where the glue's running smooth is just pull a straight edge through. Or an object even to make it straight. So there's lots of glue on there. Because of my wee blip. So I just need to come back to this one. And I need to make sure that the glue isn't running over the end of the sail. Which it probably will be. Because there's lots of it on there. But what I can do here to stop that from happening is I can strike it again. Like that. And we'll clean her now before it sets. Okay, so back to cleaning the terminals. The ends of the sail here. Making sure there's no epoxy on them. And we're going to glue this one before we forget. So this is the outside, is it? No, it's not. Oh, it is, more or less. So the neater the better here. So I'm just going to now see the sails that were glued recently. Tap them into the actual this plate, this heavy duty plate. So I just need to be careful here when I'm running these live streams because I can get too focused on the live stream and not on the pack here. We are working with this epoxy glue that goes off quite quick. Not today because of the cold weather, but... So the next sail that I require here, what do we count, is... I really hope I'm right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know if I am, hold on. I think I am. Don't like that gap here. No, that's right, Jeffrey. So I'm right. So the next sail that I require is starting here now. We're working on these small rows, widthwise. And we're going to build up maybe to about here and then we're going to stop. We'll see. We'll see how it goes here. So as I say, it's string number 8 and we're at sail number 4. Can I place the final sail into string number 7? Yes, I can. This one. Because I've got these two in position to hold it. Okay. So, first things first, wipe the sail, get rid of the grease. Sail into position, like so. And we'll go back on the sails and push them in a minute again, but for now, let's get this one glued. How much glue? More than it's just required in the center of the pack here. So I just need to be careful with the pressure and the applicator pushing towards the sail here, because it's kind of stiff, it's cold. So we're just going to wipe a wee bit of glue that fell onto that terminal. We don't want it interfering with the welds that I will be doing later on. So we're going to turn this sail just to make sure that more of the body is covered, more glue is on the body even. So now to this side. So the glue will be getting thicker at this point, more off it even. Not too much, but we don't want it running over the end. Snapping her off at the end there, without knocking the cameras off the stand. We're just going to turn it, so hopefully that's in the right place. And again, we're just going to go back to the sail and push them tight to this heavy wall here. Like a bulkhead in the car, that's 3mm plate, the rest is 0.9 to form the shape of the bike. So I need to be careful not to get sidetracked here, distracted here in a minute, because this is the part of the pack that can go wrong. So the next sail that I required, well, you can go wrong anywhere, but just need to be careful. The next sail that I require here is sail number 4, string 8, which is yellow. So I'm going to give it a wipe here with IPA again. Get rid of the grease. Let's just look at these sails on it. Looks good. So positive pole facing out. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to place the glue on top of the sail and turn it down anti-clockwise till it meets the sail number 3 underneath it. So we're doing well here. The pack will soon be side by side, the two banks. So if you're enjoying this demonstration, don't forget to like and subscribe. So we're going to strike with these two beads meet, just to level things out, to make it look better, because we're now working to the outside of the pack here, and you will see the outside during the other live streams, or during the other videos. And when I'm applying the copper buzz bars and stuff, I just want things looking neat, even though that the pack will be wrapped in the future with like a glass fibre tape. So we're now on to sail number, what do we see? I'm just going to turn this sail, just to make sure more of the glue is covering the body of the sails here. So we're on to sail number 5. This type of work always brings the jealous haters. So sail number 5, and I'm going to turn this one down till it meets the sail underneath it. So this glue in here now is sort of knitted together. So if you can imagine, if you were to pour water, a puddle here and a puddle here, sometimes the glue comes together in like bits here and there. I like it looking smooth or separated. At this point, I don't care if it's joined together, the two beads, because it makes it more stronger at this point, at the weakest part of the pack, at this bottleneck. So sail number 1, 2, is this complete? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is string number 7 complete. So we're working on string number 8 here, obviously is yellow. Going back to the plans here. So what I'm going to do in this live stream is I'm going to take this up to maybe about 80%, and then I'll do a live stream later on to actually finish the pack. Okay, I can't keep it going now because there's a wee trick that I have to do here in order for me to form the rest of the pack. So each one of these cells has a gap between them for forced air cooling. Okay, that will come later to the live stream, or to the video, to the YouTube channels, to the videos. So I will be forcing, I'm not going to talk about that now, but there's a reason behind this configuration, the way I've got this pack built here. Obviously, it's to fit inside the frame using this high precision stainless steel capsule that you see in front of you here. Should I put one there, or should I put it here? Yeah. So I'm applying a wee bit more glue to this one, just a wee bit wider, and then I could turn the sail to create a stronger bond here. Try not to interfere with the one underneath. And remember, it's important that I push these sails to the wall, to this bulkhead here. So the next sail that I require here is another yellow, but I'm just going to strike this one. I see the glue coming together in a uneven sort of manner here. So rather than it looking rough, it's better it looking neat. Remember, there's no half jobs on my channel. So the next sail that I require here is obviously a yellow. So here we go. Obviously having the positive pull out. So we're doing well here. So to the haters, do get a look at the last video that I put on my live stream, the last 2 minutes. There's a little message in there for yous that's specifically stated for yous. And you know what the worst thing about it is? It's only going to get more technical from here. The channel. And they'll be really upset then. So the next sail that I require here is yellow. Positive pull facing out. I think this might be the last sail because I can't work too much at this end because of the head weight coming down here, and this glue's not set. So if this glue's not set, they will all come out of position and widen. So it's important maybe that I stop here in a second or two. I'm just going to glue this one first. So I'm just going to put the glue on top of the sail here, so I don't block the cameras. So I'm just applying a wee bit more glue there because of the position where that sail is in the pack and in the bank. So as I go here, as I mentioned, I like to tap these sails, the ones that's just glued. And something else that I'm going to do here, because I'm just not liking the look of it, I'm just going to strike this one with my finger, just to level it out. In fact, I'm going to add a wee bit more glue first to it, at this side. Just clean the bench. So make sure this bead's thick. And we're going to turn that sail to create a stronger bond. Am I going to strike this one? Yes, because it's on the outside of the pack. Just leave it looking nice and neat. So how many sails have we done in there now? We've got 78. So we're 2 sails off 80%. Just cleaning the terminals again. It's important that they're nice and clean for the welding process. So there's not high resistance in there. We don't want that. So I'm just pushing these sails now till they meet this heavy plate. That looks good. So the final thing I'm going to do here now at the end of this live stream is load this pack up with sails, just to add a wee bit of weight here, to push down on the other sails. So we'll just use black. I'm more focused up here, this part where the glue is not set yet. Down here the glue is set, but I just like adding weight now. So we can maybe add a couple of more black here without interfering. We'll keep the positive pull facing out so we know they're only set in there. That will do. So I'll continue here after tea. I'm now at 78%. Okay, so earlier on I started finishing this pack. I think it was maybe December that I started it, and I've just been so busy with all my other projects that I never got time to start it until now. So in this final live stream I will be finishing the pack here. So just getting ready here. So I have 78 cells now in the capsule, all glued together with epoxy glue. So what I need to do now is just basically finish off string number 8, 9 and 10. So things take a wee turn here, a wee change. So rather than the cells going up with the gap in between them, the last row at the top here, the last row they're placed differently. So I'm going to make a start here now anyway. So this is pack or bank number 2. Just getting the glue ready. Okay, so the next cell now that I require is not a cell on string number 8. I now need to make a start on 9 in order to finish off string number 8, okay? Because I've nothing to hold the other cells, so I need to keep working up as if this is film of water, if you can imagine. So working with the level up like that. So here we go. So orange refers to green. So I've got the green here, I've got my rag ready, I've got this IPA. Hopefully maybe about less than an hour should finish this pack, and then I'll be ready for the actual buzz bars, making the copper buzz bars. So negative pole facing out, and away we go. So just to show what I'm doing here, orange refers to the green refers to the orange. The yellow, we have got 8 cells placed in now for string number 8. We can't place this 9th cell in yet because we don't have this string started. Okay, so here we go. So the glue at the top of the cell, we're going to turn the cell anti-clockwise. I'll just squeeze a bit of this out somewhere. So I'm just going to check the 4K. I think it's okay. Bring it a wee bit closer maybe. We'll give her a wee turn maybe. Oh dear, 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 dear. So hopefully that's better. Yeah, maybe. I'll take this back a wee bit. Okay, so I'm going to make a start here at string number 9. So negative pole facing out. So we're going to turn the cell anti-clockwise until it meets string number 8. Start to rock the glue back and forward. So that's it, ready for the next cell. So I give every cell a wipe of IPA first because we don't want any grease on the cell, otherwise they're not going to stick too well. So I have to get up on the bench here, so I don't want to block the cameras. Awkward. So negative pole facing out. Try and keep the glue as neat as possible here. Snap her off at the end. There we go. Is that right? That's wrong. Made a wee mistake. Made a mistake already. So it's okay. What I can do is I can just set that cell down a minute and basically just lift the yellow one and get it on quick. Is that right? See what I mean? Things can go wrong here in these live streams if you're rushing anyway. So the bit of glue is still nice and neat in that cell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into position There's enough on it. Let's just get this right. Perfect. So I'm just going to turn this down anti-clockwise now into the sail underneath. Is there enough glue on it? Yeah, there is. If not, I can just put a wee bit extra on it here. A wee bit awkward, but a wee bit awkward. It's okay. It's okay, but I did put a wee bit of glue on it there that softened it anyway. So, nearly made a wee mess there, didn't I? Thanks for watching to the genuine. So, negative pole facing out, string number 9, string number 8, and that corresponds to these plans, or this image with the sails placed within the bike frame. The capsule mimics the bike frame. So now we're going to move on, let's get it right this time, to green, orange which refers to green, corresponds to green. Wipe the grease off. Is that glued? It is, nice and neat. So that's grand now, I'm not going to get mixed up now, nearly got mixed up right enough, but again open the bench. Negative pole facing out, yes. So I can start getting lighter on the glue at this point because, well, it's going past the weak point in the pack. When I say glue, this epoxy glue. Well, as I go here, I like to tap the sails tight to this wall. So these 4 have been placed in on this live stream. So I just need to keep pushing them in until the glue sets. So now I'm just going to do this sail. The one that I missed. Putting a good wee bit on it here. Oh, messy, messy. So, clean as I go here. Clean as I go. So, these 8 sails, these yellow ones, string number 8, they have been set placed in this pack or in this capsule. I think it was live stream part 14, it was done earlier on. So, any further sails going up this way now won't create these ones to sort of go out of position. They won't splay out because they're all glued and set. Apart from the last 4 here. Snap our way at the end there. So we're nearly done. I'm so happy we're nearly done because I can get on with the buzz bars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan the pack to get the centre of each sail. And then I'm going to model up my buzz bars. And then I'm going to get them cut by a water jet. So, just looking at this sail, I'm just going to give it a wee rub with my finger to even out the glue, to make the glue look nice and neat here. So it sort of feathers it in. I went and put my finger in another one right enough. So what do I see if I can fix it? Perfect. Now we'll just clean the ends as we go. Clean the ends as we go. Clean the ends as we go. So I'm going to turn the sail too just to make sure it's got more of the glue on the body. And we're going to just tap each one to this back plate. So just these 4. So I'm now ready for sail number 4 of string 9. So obviously I have to just go with the flow here. I can't just decide to abruptly just place all these sails into the pack because I have to let the glue set as I work up here. So I'm taking my time. So let me look at the plans again. So that's okay. There will be 4 green sails now. Green corresponds to the orange. There'll be 4 green and then 2 rows of 3. So it's going well here. I'm just going to do negative pole facing out. I'm just going to place the glue on top of the sail and run the sail down anti-clockwise on top of the other one. So the copper buzz bars will be coming very soon. Hopefully we can get this pack in the bike for the next couple of months anyway. Just have to work around other projects. So I'm now ready for the next one. I see a wee pinhole there, look. Wee air pocket just there. Yeah, come out, come out, come out. It's gone now, I think. I think it is, here it is. So, pushing the sails tight to this bulkhead, or this big heavy plate. Ready for the next sail here now, which is going to be green. So a row of 4, a row of 3, and yeah, just take it from there. So when I get to this point in a minute, things change. So I'll get up on the bench again here. So negative pole facing out. Try not to put too much pressure on the sail, my thumb here. Snap her away. And just give the sail a wee turn. Oh, it's okay. Just give us a wee wipe here a minute. In the way, and not out the way. Looks like a wee bit of weld there. So again, clean the sails as I go at the ends. Put my hand on here 2 seconds. Okay. See a wee hair or something there. Don't know what that is. It's okay anyway. So we've got 6 sails placed in. So we're now up to what? 6 at 7, 8. So obviously I have to take my time here because I don't want the weight pushing down here and this yellow sail popping out. So I just need to make sure that it's pushed tight until it sets. So I'll take a wee break here with the 4K a minute till it sets. Okay, so I'm going to go on here now for sail number 6 of string 9. So string 9 is the orange on the plans here. This illustration of the battery pack. Left bank, right bank. So a green one into position, wiped with IPA, negative pole facing out. And I like just to put the glue on top of the sail and run the sail down instead. It's just much neater. And the gravity take its toll in. So just putting a wee bit more on it there. So a nice wee bead there now. And we're just going to turn this sail down to meet sail number 5. And the glue should run a nice wee neat bead. Hopefully. So again, tapping these sails into this bulkhead, this heavy plate. So the thin plate takes the shape of the bike. And this heavy plate at the back, which is 3mm, takes really the shape of a flat object, like a bench. So it's important that all the sails are touching that heavy plate. Okay, so I'm ready now for another sail. I think just going to push here and push here, here and here, pushing this way. So the force is going that way. Then gravity is holding them down that way. Okay. So green sail, which corresponds to the orange. So see what I mean now, there's 8 sails sitting here, right? But if I kept building 2 rows of sails on that angle, right? There's a likelihood that they might tend to like skate out here at this point. Okay. So I have to let this set now. I can't go any further. And then I'm going to make a start on this row. Okay. And this row's tricky because there's nothing holding the sails at this point. So I have to talk about that in a moment. So we'll glue this sail, this final one, and then we'll soon be ready to place that sail in there. So here we go. Just checking that all our camera's running. So if I push this applicator too much pressure towards the sail, I'd end up in a mess here. Pull away quick at the end. So we've got a nice bead there now. I'm just going to turn it. So that cell underneath it's rotating too, so that just shows you that glue is nowhere near set. So I'm now ready for another stick here, another glue stick. I'm going through these right now today. That's done. So pushing all the air out first, and maybe look at how much air is coming out of that. You want to get the air out because it looks ugly, and it's also weaker. So what I'll do here, squeeze a good bit out too, because, not a good bit, but you want to make sure that you're using glue that's actually two parts, not just one part. And sometimes these companies that make these here put like 5mm less at one side, like the hardener, which is kind of stupid, you'd think. So the machine filling them mustn't be very accurate. We just end up with a weak pack. So here we go. Well, I'll go another wee bit just to make sure. I've got lots of glue, so I'm not too worried about that, wasting it. Anyway, it's okay now. It'd be different if I was around this part here, weaker part of the pack. So pushing the sail down with my thumb first, gently. Do you want me to be really honest? I think I might have to start another live stream, because I can't take any risk here with these sails skating. The next row's trickier to start. Have to glue the sail into position. So to make sure there's enough bond here, I'm just going to turn this sail, rotate it back and forward, and also pushing the sails tight to this heavy plate. Just looking for that wee brush, where it is. So we're nearly finished. I've got two banks nearly complete. Well, the other one is complete. So what I like to do now is the glue sets, just tap them gently to make sure they're all sitting flush to this heavy back wall. So that is sail number 7 of string 9. Could I keep working this way here now? Probably, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to end up in the handle. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to bring this here illustration in this image, and I'm just going to give a wee discussion of what I need to do. So see here now on string number 8, which is the yellow here, it's there's 9 cells in it. The final cell sits in between the 2 glass yellows, so the final cell sits in here. It doesn't sit on top of the other cell, if that makes sense. The whitest part of that cell, it doesn't sit there, it sits down in the sort of valley, as you'd call it. So there's much smaller air gap. But that doesn't matter, it's not the centre of the pack. But that's required in order for this pack to fit that bike behind us. You can't have the cells sitting the way they're sitting here on the actual whitest part. So if you look here, there's a gap in between each one of these cells. We can't have that here. Only for these 6 cells. So we're going to do that now. I'm going to try and get it into this live stream. The reason being I was going to start a new live stream is because I have to make sure that these cells are set before I start doing what I'm going to do here. But I'm going to risk it. I'll risk it for a biscuit. So we need a yellow cell, and it's the only cell left in the box here. Okay, so 1 yellow left. So what do you see this, what happens here now? This is not going to be easy, maybe, hopefully it is. So positive pole facing out, and I need that cell to sit in there, look. As far as I mind, what a look at our pack. Yes. Okay, so let's make a start here. I just have to get something out of the cupboard. There's a wee trick. So I've got a wee 3D printed piece here, right? And what I'm going to do, so if you can imagine now, if I place this cell into position and I tape it into position, the cell will only have pressure on this side where the tape goes around the corner. It won't have pressure in here because this stainless plate will be holding the tape away from the cell. So I was just going to show that now. So remember, this cell is cleaned with the IPA. I want it sitting there. Is that right? Doesn't look right, does it? Have I made a mistake here? I hope I haven't. Freaking out now, Sam. Hold on. I'm freaking out. Four at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. Doesn't look right, but or is it right? Let me get this right a minute. Is that right? Bear with me a minute, folks. 2 seconds. It must be right. Just don't like the way it's skimming the boundary there. It's going to have to do. I don't even think I'll need that purple bit. If I put that purple 3D printed part here, it will create more leverage on the tape. So bear with me a minute while I do this. I might have to put a bit of temporary tape in position first. So like that. Remember, I have to leave enough room to get the glue in. So here we go. This is only a temporary bit of tape. I will wrap it more. So see now how I've created pressure there, right? I've pushed down on the 3D printed part to make sure that cell is touching the body nice and parallel. So what I can do now is I can glue that cell at the top. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to apply a wee bit more pressure on the 3D printed part. Remember, not too much because that's only been glued. So I'll have to get a juke here. Oh dear. It's okay. So let's get this glued before this here goes off. So positive pole facing out. I made a wee mistake. I should have kept that slack. I should have kept it slack because I want to give it a wee turn. So hopefully this comes apart here. We're making a mess. We'll get another bit of tape. So what I'm doing here is I'm just giving this cell a wee turn to make sure that the glue's covering more of the body. Just making sure that glue's not running out over the edge here. I'm going to strike my finger on it just to make sure there's not too much glue in there running that way. So it's a slow process there, I know it is, but this is the slowest part here now. Right, so I'm now ready to, that is string number 9 complete, is it? Or sorry, hold on. String number 8 complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I think it's in the right place. It is. So what I can do now is I can start working here again, but before I do that, this glue still hasn't really set. So I'm just going to keep pushing these cells in at this part, this point. Just tapping them gently. Looks okay. So can I keep going? It's risky. Need to put a bit more tape on this. A wee bit more pressure. So it's tightened up there, look at the tension in the tape. So I don't need to worry about pushing that cell in because it's held in with the tape into the bulkhead, I'm going to call it. So we're now ready to keep loading it this way, hopefully. Just have to keep double checking this a minute. It's okay, you know, you can't put too much pressure on it. Sorry, I know my head's in the way here, but this is really important that I look at this up close. Okay, so I'm ready now to start on. Hold on, I spilled this. So now that I have this point started, so I can now start loading cells in a moment. I can't do it now, but I can do it in a wee minute. So what I'm going to do now is, I could put probably one cell in there for the, maybe might strengthen things up. But I can start working up at this point again. Okay, but if you look at this now, we're at the final string, which is purple or pink. I keep saying purple, but it's pink highlighter. And if we look at the plans down here, chem string, that's where we're at. So we're probably about 90%, just about 90%, because I haven't got these ones on yet. So we're keeping it now. The next sails that I require are green and black. We'll start with the black here. So I'm going to wipe the sails as I go. Positive pole facing out. Did I glue that? I did. So there's a pack sitting beside me here built. I'll show it. I'll show everything at the end. Have to keep our lit here. Okay, and I'm just going to turn the sail anti-clockwise down onto string number 9. And you will see the glue sort of like you want the glue in a concave sort of effect. So that's it. We're now ready to keep her lit. And then I can start here in a minute. So why is there a gap here? Well, if you look at the plans, you can see the shock absorber. So sail here now, sail number 2 of string 10. I have to get up in the bench here because I feel like I'm blocking the cameras. I'm just going to turn the sail. That sail's sitting kind of funny, so it was. Don't know what was in there. I think it's the wrap. Anyway, I cover this other one up again. So this side now. I hope I'm right there. Am I right there? Am I making a mistake? Sorry, hold on a minute. Am I making a mistake? No. I thought I was meant to have a green sail on there. Snap her off at the end there. So what I'm going to do maybe with that one is run my finger across it. We'll see. It looks like it's alright anyway. So positive pole facing out. I'm just going to turn this sail a wee bit. I'm going to strike my finger across it. Just to even up the glue because I did stop there. Just makes a far neater job, doesn't it? So can I keep tapping? I can keep tapping these ones in. 2 black ones is not set. The other ones have set. Could I put a sail there now? Maybe. Not going to rush it, but obviously we can't glue this side because we don't have gravity on our side here. It would just run out. So if you can imagine, the 2 sails are like that, and the point that needs glued sitting off, sort of sitting vertical. So I can't apply the glue until I turn that pack that way. Maybe about 45 degrees that way. So we're going to go for another black here, I think. So every sail here is wiped with the IPA because I applied the wrap on these sails, and I don't think I was wearing gloves, and even if I was, I don't want any grease to be on them, otherwise the bond would be very weak. So again, I'm going to I could get in with the nozzle, but I'm not going to bother because it's just kind of easier doing this. Yeah. And we're just going to turn it anti-clockwise down into cell number 3 of string 10. Cell number 2 even. Or 1. So that's it. So I don't think I'm going to go any further that way now until the glue sets more around here, because if I keep loading this with cells, it'll create too much pressure or force on these cells when the glue's not set, and they might tend to bulge out like that. Okay, and we don't want that obviously because it won't fit into the bike frame the way it's meant to. But I can start here now, I'm hoping. But before I do that, I have to just confirm that that cell's in the right place. I don't think it's moved. What I can do here now is I can put a wee bit more tape on this before I start. Obviously it would be better putting a tape on from this point to here, but I can't really do that, so I just have to try and do something like this. It will be set in about 5 minutes, but by that time the glue will be set in this applicator. I don't know. I would like to get the tape out of the way, but I can't. So the next cell that I require here now, if you look at this plans, these illustrations, is obviously an orange, highlighted orange. So orange corresponds to green because I don't have orange wrap. So I can't wait to get this done because I can move on to the buzz bars and, you know. So negative pole facing out. So what I can't do, right, is I can't get in here to glue at the minute. I can turn it down on that. I'll turn it down on that, sure. So negative pole facing out here. I'm not fussy now too. I have to start with new glue here in the cell. I don't like it the way I don't like the way it's sitting on it. Out of all cells this could have happened with, it happens with that one. Right. Damn it, I just have to go for it. I have to go for it, and you know what I have to do here? I have to remove this. I'll just keep my finger on it a minute, right? Snap her off at the end there. So negative pole facing out. What I would like to do here, is run my finger along that. But as you can see, I'm trying to hold this cell. It's not that easy. It might have to do. What does that look like now? It's a wee bit better, it'll be alright. It'll have to do. A wee bit of APA in my finger here. Just want to pull that through here. Because it's sort of running close to the capsule. That's looking okay there now anyway. I just need to make sure the cell's okay. Position wise, I think it is. Okay. So again, I have to make sure, I have to go back to these cells. And I need to make sure that they're pushed tight to the back wall here. Maybe Ellie's making noises again. So I'm now ready for cell number... What do we see? Could I keep going this way? Probably could. Just going to wipe this one to the top. In the way. If I wiped it the other way, the cell will just come out. So here we go. We're going on now to cell number, is it 9 of string 9. So negative pole facing out, remember that's important for the buzz bar configuration. So if you can imagine the buzz bar going over these two strings, positive pole connected to the negative pole. So it's pointless me having that the other way around. It'll be like a short. So here we go, get on the top this time. Things will get easier from here on, I hope. So again, that old applicator might be going off there. Just going to turn the cell to make it a wee bit neater. And I'm just going to tap this cell in a wee bit. It's okay. So it's important that these cells follow the capsule. Otherwise, it's not going to be any good, the pack. So I need to apply a wee bit more tape. There's not really much pressure on that now. We don't want that coming apart. Lovely bead there, a lovely bead there. Just clean the ends of the cell as we go here. So if you can imagine, if I was going to weld these together, the buzz bars onto the cells, the terminals, and there's epoxy there, it's going to create like a high resistance. And that's no good. So they need to be spotless. So we're nearly done anyway here. Well, a wee while yet. Not going to rush, as you can see. I'm trying to let the cells set into their positions. So maybe about 5 minutes or 10 minutes I can take this tape off. It's probably set now, you know what I mean, but I'm not taking any chances, so I'm not. Okay, so I'm ready for another purple pink cell. Black, which corresponds to the black. Remember, I don't have a black highlighter. Just cleaning the sails, any dust. So positive pole facing out. I'm going to put one there. Is that right? Yes, I think it is, isn't it? I would like to keep working there, you know. Do you know what? I'll just do it. I'll just glue it because it'll go off here. This applicator will go off very quick. I think it already has went off. Or the glue's just cold in the pack. So it's looking kind of beautiful, isn't it? So we're running short on sails here now. Positive pole facing out. We're going to go for another black here. Another purple, pink. And we're going to place it there. So this time I'm going to get up on the bench again. Aye. And I'm just going to place the glue on. Is that the right way around? It is. I'm going to place the glue here. I think it's going off. I think it's going off surely. And we're just going to turn this sail down into the one underneath it. And watch the glue run even. Smooth. Sometimes when I get them here, I like to run this tweezers between the beads of glue just to sort of even things up here. Right, I think it's time to remove this. Make sure everything's okay. Hopefully there's no twist in this sail here, look. If there is, I can hopefully just give it a wee turn. So let me just check this is okay. Yes, so that sail there could do with just a wee twist downhill. I could go into detail away, but it's okay there now. So just gonna put the tape on it, just to keep it from moving a minute. Just like that. So as I say, I just give it a wee twist to the right downhill, just to square it up with the pack a little bit. So we're going to keep our lit here. We're nearly finished. So if you count the sails now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the final sail that I have wrapped. So negative pole facing out, and away we go. Up on the bench, up on the bench. Oh, that bench will be quite heavy there right now, considering I'm sitting on it or standing on it. Okay, so that looks good. Just give the sail a wee turn, and we're just going to place another bead on the back side of it here, or the front side of it. Nice and neat. So thumb on the sail. So the next project to the channel, we'll talk about it at the end. Snap her off at the end there. See the wee bit of glue here. It'll come off anyway. It'll come off. Maybe with a wee scrape of scalpel. Okay, so I'm ready for final sail, string 9. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's done. It's done, Jeffrey, you madman. Why have I got so many black sails left? Right, so sail number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I know why there's so many left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that glue's well off. I see a bit of glue on that. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Anyway, it's okay. It's okay. So a bit of glue here, a bit of glue here. Try and keep it as nice and neat as possible here, because We're looking at the outside of the pack, are we? I think we are. You know, the final cell goes there. So, bit of glue here. I think I've got them ones done, yeah. So the old stick's gone off here. Or the applicator. Done very well today, have to say. Okay, I'm just going to give that cell a wee turn there. Let the glue run smooth. So what I have to do now, I need to go up here, another cell. 2 more cells and we're complete. Is that right? 3 more cells. So positive pole facing out. Just going to keep using this one here. Perfect. Perfect hole. Okay. So this is the point. I don't want to be raising any dust because this is all exposed. Is that right? 3, 4, 3, yes it is. Okay, so I'm going to turn this cell clockwise down into the one below it. Just let it run smooth. Sorry, I have to block the camera a minute here. It's okay. So I'm going to glue the other side. Snap it away. Would you believe it if I told you I have to open another glue to finish one cell? So I just rotated that cell a wee bit there. So I'm ready for the final cell here. Is that right? It is. Right, I'm getting up on the bench. Up on the bench, dear free. Looks beautiful. I'm just going to rub my finger along that one. Why? Because you see it. Obviously make sure not to pull it out of position. So the final bit of glue here. So I would like to take this time to thanks everyone for watching, and also thanks to the haters for watching, and also nothing went wrong, so that's going to annoy the haters. But as I say, looks pretty, doesn't it? So on to the buzz bars. Good job. Okay, so that's it everyone. In the next video, part 2.5, I will be starting to design the copper bus bar connections. The video part after that, 2.6, I will be placing the copper bus bar connections to the pack, to the battery banks. So battery bank 2 and battery bank 1. So this will form the parallel branches and the series connections. So these copper bus bar connections or copper plates need to be specialized to these to this pack or to this battery bank and this one. Keep in mind, battery bank 2 and battery bank 1 are identical at the minute until I place the copper bus bar connections onto the side of them. So that's it. Battery bank 1 came in, what part was it now? Part 2.3, and this is obviously 2.4, part 2.4. So as I say, in video part 2.5, I will be designing the copper bus bar connections. So that's it. If you want to see other unique and interesting projects like this one, please subscribe and hit the post notifications bell to see all the latest from my channel. So that's it everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this sophisticated battery build, this complex battery build. So the capsule has worked really well here in keeping these two packs identical to a T. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove this cluster of cells that are glued together, I'm going to place them beside this pack. I'm going to design the copper bus bars, as I say, and I'm going to weld these plates to one side of this battery bank and this one before I start moving it about, because I want to support the sides here, but I can't support the sides until I flip the pack up, and I'm not going to do that until I attach the copper bus bars for a wee bit of support here. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.